Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about Old English lyric poetry. Okay, so in this video, I have selected the most important lyric poetry of Old English period. We will discuss the summary of the words and so that you can get some idea what are the words and what are the context, what are the subject matter of the poems. First one is the ruin. I have added some lines from the poem The Ruin, which are translated in modern English so that you can get some idea what is the subject matter of the poem. All right, so let's start. The ruin. These wall stones are wondrous. Calamities crumpled them, these city sites crashed, the work of giants corrupted. The roofs have rushed to earth, towers in ruins. Ice at the joints has unroofed the barred gates, sheared the scarred storm walls, have disappeared. You can understand that in this poem, the ruin, the destruction or the dilapidated state has been described of it is actually the dilapidated state of a city. Okay, and which was once a very glorious place, but now it is all ruins. So here I have written in short, see, the ruin is an elegy where the poet looks at the ruins of a city and shares his innermost feelings. He remembers the time when the buildings stood with great glory and pomp, but now it stands tottered and crumpled. That is the main storyline of the poem, The Ruin. See the next poem, The Wanderer. The lines I'm reading, see, so heavy and heavier the heart in heart, harrowing for the lost, sorrow made new whenever recalling pervades the mind, greeting kindred joyfully, drinking in the look of them, fellowable and fathoming. They always swim away. So the poet is trying to uh, um, remember some good times and he is lamenting. Okay, now the actual subject matter. See, in the poem The Wanderer, the poet laments about the absence of his loving lord. He is all alone in his sea voyage. Okay, so the poet is actually on a sea voyage and he is missing his lord. He recollects and dreams about the happy days, happy time he spent with the Lord. Having woke up, he is crestfallen to realize the Lord is no more and he is all alone amidst the vast sea. Okay, so upon the realization he is very sad and the poem is kind of a lamentation. Most of the lyric poetry of old English period, as I already said in my previous video, they are elegiac. Okay, elegiac in tone. That means they have a sad tone underneath in the lines. Okay, next poem, The Seafarer. Bitter breast carers have I abided, explored in a boat many sorrowful places, the terrible tossing of waves, where the narrow night watch often seized me at the stem of the ship when it crashes upon the cliffs. Again, it is giving a picture of a turbulent sea. Let's see the subject matter. A seafarer is a person who travels by sea. Here, the narrator is a seafarer and he shares his experience of spending days after days amidst the vast ocean. Somber and violent picture it gives of northern seas in which suffering from cold mingles with pains of water and winds. It is taken from Liguus. Okay, these lines are taken from Liguus. Okay, and that is the subject matter of the poem, The Seafarer. Next poem that we have, Old English lyric poetry. This poem is called Husband's Message. Now I wish to tell apart from you the kindred of trees I wake from seeds within me. In this poem, the narrator writes a message for his wife on a wooden tablet. Here, the husband shares his life story and beats his wife to come to him as soon as she receives the letter. Okay, the poem is found in Exeter book. In this poem, actually, the husband is on an exile and he is writing a letter, a message on a wooden tablet for his beloved wife. Okay, and he requests his wife to join the husband as soon as possible. This poem is found in Exeter book. It is a manuscript, famous manuscript I already discussed in my previous video. Let us see the next poem, Wife's Lament. I sing this song full of sadness, this song which is myself. I will tell what I am able about what hardships I have faced since I grew up, recently or long ago, never more than now. Always I suffer my misery of exile. Again, see the same lamentation, same sad tone, melancholic tone. See the subject matter, the context of the poem is the poem is melancholic in tone. The woman grieves at her separation from her beloved husband. She is alone and friendless. The exiled woman talks about her sufferings and blames her lot. She also laments about her husband's sufferings and prays for his well being. All right. Okay. Next, Door's Lament. It is the last lyric poem that I'm going to discuss today. It is a very famous poem. Now, this poem is often given in syllabus of graduate students. So I have selected the last paragraph of the poem. My name is Dior. For many winters I held a fine office, faithfully serving a just king. But now Hurinda, man skillful in songs, has received the estate the protector of warriors had promised me. That passed away, this also may. So what is happening here? Dior is a scope. Okay, the writer, the poet is a scope or minstrel who sings songs in royal court. See, the speaker is a poet or scope in a royal court where he was loved and adored by the Lord. But now he is replaced by another poet whose name is Hurinda. Hurinda is the name. Who replaced this man. Thus, the poet laments on his lost glory and joy, lost position. He talks about other heroic figures throughout the poem. Okay, he talks about many other stories of heroic figures who also had to endure great suffering, who had lost their position, their glory, and suffered. So, just like that, Dior is also suffering. He is lamenting about his lost past, which was a very happy past, happy story in his life. But now everything good, everything happy is lost. Okay, this is what is the main storyline, main subject matter of the poem Dior's Lament. So this was it for today's video. I discussed the summaries of most important lyric poetry of Old English period. If you enjoyed the video, if you liked the video, please press the like button. And if you have any confusion, any queries, then let me know in the comment section. Thank you.